It feels like we're on ESPN Red Zone. Hold on, let me get ready. Okay, what does it feel like? Let me just... I can't phone a publicist. Okay. It feels really good. As you know, I've had trouble in life. And no, real shit, actually, it's really cool. It's truly, I... Hold on one second. We'll get there in a second. I'll explain to you, because I've had a lot of people have a lot of questions about who I am and what I do and things like that. But truly, I mean every word I say tonight. And when I say thank you after every song, I mean it because I never truly thought that this many people would ever show up to a show of mine. And as I've played these things and as I've written these songs, I've tried my best to really write real shit. And it's been something really cool, and so I apologize about the language, and I apologize about everything, and I tried my best just not to filter myself at all during these shows. So, is it okay if I get intimate again? Can we get some Dead Parent music? You guys will probably, if you were dragged here, even if you weren't, and you know just a little bit something about me, you probably know Ordinary or all those other things, but I bet there's a lot of you who are going to leave here tonight and go, wow, that dude talks about death a lot. Or wow, that guy talks about his parents a lot. Or oh, he says these things a lot. And there's a point to that, I promise. When I lost my dad and when I lost my mom, it was hard. And I tried so hard to forget. I tried so hard to put it all behind me and just kind of move on and move forward and grow up. And people would always come to me and they'd say, Alex, it'll get better. And you know, it'll get easier, all these different things, but it doesn't. It gets manageable. You're able to take that piece of you and forget about it. Until one day you won't remember it. And so as I play these shows and as I write these songs, I struggle with grasping that idea that I will never be able to see my dad again. I will never be able to hug my mom again. I forget what the sound of their voice is. I forget what it's like to get in an argument with my mom and feel so guilty and want to apologize, and I'll never be able to do that. I forget what it's like to be able to have a bad day and call someone and hug my dad, and that's a problem I have to deal with, but it gets easier. It gets manageable, it gets this, it gets that, and people tell you how to feel, but at the end of the day, you feel so alone because when you lose someone, you're surrounded by all these people, yet no one understands. I thought so. I would look around and I'd be like, oh, this person doesn't understand. I'm 12. I'm 12 and I have to live without my dad, and that's something that's just got to be easier. So as I sing and as I dance and as I talk, I try my best to keep them in every conversation so I don't forget. I don't forget what they smell like. I don't forget what they feel like. I don't forget what these things are about, because truly, it's terrifying. People die twice. They die when they die, and they die when you stop talking about them, because you will never be able to remember it. So yeah, I talk about my parents. I joke about it. I sign ashes. I sing these silly songs, but there's a point to it, and it's so that they never die, so that my kids know their grandparents. So that my wife is able to understand why I'm a little bit like this, and why I say these certain things, and why I do these certain things. There's a point to it. I had to raise myself. As I play these shows, I also realize that this is not... How selfish could I be? How narcissistic could I be to think that I'm the only one who feels these things? My entire childhood, I would look up at God and I would say, why? Why did you do this to me? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to lose these people? If you were real, you would have never done that to me. And then I remembered that there's a point to all that. If we can turn the lights off, I want to show you something. All the way off. I don't want to see anything. I want you all to look at me, and if you can relate to a word I just said, or if you have lost someone, raise your hand. Look around. This is a room where people understand that feeling. This is a room where people can laugh at those jokes. This is a room where people get it. We can sing these songs as loud as we can. We can joke around, and it breaks my heart that there's even a little kid raising his hand during that, because I see myself. It's hard. But people don't talk about it. People just see grief and they just, I don't want to bum the mood out. I don't want to do that to you. I hate that it's just something people don't talk about. Talk about your parents. Talk about the person you lost. Talk about the dog that you might not remember that weird spot on their stomach. Talk about those things and keep them a part of your life forever. Whether it's the songs or whether it's your conversation, I think it's important. Make the uncomfortable joke. You'll be able to continue doing it for the rest of your life. That person, whether it's you're sitting them a seat at your wedding, or whether your kid's taking their first steps, and it's something you want to call and say, oh my God, I understand this now. There's so many things when I'm growing up where I'm like, you know what, I understand where my mom was coming from when she said this. I understand where my dad was coming from when he says, I can't imagine the things I'm going to say when I have my own kids. So do whatever you got to do. I wrote a song. I'm going to need your help. Please sing with me. This isn't turning.